Hi traders, hello and welcome back. Just a quick end of week update. I've just been using TradingView, going over a few things that I got into. It's gonna be more than the Forex update. It's gonna be Forex and stock update because I am broadcasting what I'm doing with that. I got into Apple at 115, and it actually it was looking like it was rallying, but it continued to sell off, and I just got in and went to bed. And just a small few $1,000 position. I think it was 2,500 Aussie dollars, and it ended up getting to 110.89, which is significant. But then it did bounce, so we'll see what happens into next week. It's going to be a little bit, it's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, the S&P 500. That's not what I wanted to end the shift. It's been quite the week, guys, so I do apologize. But I had a bit of time, so I just sort of put a video out there. So it sort of did bounce off the lows that it got to so it did find some support there at 33.49, closed out at 34.27. So bring up the US index. So those were the positions down. I'm in FMG as well, 20,000 Aussie dollars worth as well. Average entry is around 1770. So I am actually a little red on that position, but we'll see what happens. I really see it sort of just floating around like this because there's a bit of uncertainty right now, and China is, in particular, there's a little bit of aggression in regards to how they've been handling us with our exports. So I see now so I'm not really going to add again. I see things steadying off and then slowly coming back, or we could see some aggressive selling. If that is the case, I'm going to wait and then add. We could get real low. So I'm anticipating this, and I'm detached from the position for now, and that's something you really want to. And again, like if you're too heavily involved in a stock financially, you're going to be emotional. So I put in a position that I'm willing to. I don't need that money. It's working for me, but it's important to have that mindset where you've got to run through potential context. Of how people are going to behave if things happen. And it's not, if they bought iron ore for a little while, it's going to freak the market out a little bit. So we'll just see what happens. But that's a big what if, So I'm in Apple, in FMG. I haven't actually entered into ZipPay yet. We'll see what happens. So it did actually, I was thinking about getting into it at a bounce of 7. I didn't get in. We'll see next week. Obviously, the US market isn't open Monday. So I'm thinking probably Wednesday, I'm going to really have a suss out of what's going on. But I'll see what's happening Monday morning. And I guess, the US session wasn't a bloodbath. So we'll see what the Aussie markets want to do. We'll know obviously by around 7 o'clock Perth time with the ASX futures, like what's happening, and then we'll go from there. So in regards to I didn't get into any trades either, so I was long the Aussie dollar for a while, and I took profit on that. It sort of looks like on the daily that it's still in trend continuation. So we'll watch that still. I'll bring up the US index. I'm actually on the floor right now, finding place in the office. So I'm not living at the gym anymore. I still stay there sometimes, but I'm going to get one of those Omni electric stand-up desks. And a nice gaming chair. I find the gaming chairs are really good. I don't sit down and use a lot, but when you're sitting and it's very comfortable, it's very pleasant, and then occasionally rotate standing. So I've got another monitor. I've got just two Lenovo, like 24 inches, and my MSI. setup. So I think that's enough for me personally. Real easy to set up as well, which is good. So that's probably about it, guys, in regards to trade ideas and everything like that. With what's happening with the index right now, it's just like it sort of looks like it's showing signs of fatigue there as well. You really want to press up against it, and then it tries to get through can't, and then I mean that is 93.31, and then gold. I think gold actually sold off a little bit as well. No, it did. It held up. Okay. It was looking like it was. Because at one point everything was selling, and it was sort of, it was just one of those things we've seen where, gold will just follow equity markets, but it seemed to find some stability in regards to buyer interest. So again, like look to the left, and you'll see there's just a lot of. This is probably going to be floating around between like 60 to 70, then down to 1900 probably. So you really, I guess, you'd want to see what the equity markets do. If they hold up, you just probably see this thing going sideways, and it maybe even follow a little bit, where people sort of, there's inflationary pressures, and people are looking to, have, that safe haven, that diversity with the gold as well, with the inevitable inflation situation. But we'll see. Because things have been a little bit irrational, honestly, recently. I mean, that daily chart shows you the significance of that. So I guess I'm still sort of long biased on the Aussie, unless we see a few days of selling with no real bounce in equities. But if we just see what we've been seeing, where there's like people just jump back in because they're like, well, like what happened with Apple and Tesla as well in the US session to close out the week, then it just keeps trucking along. And even though overall it doesn't really make much sense, you just trade what it's doing essentially. So those are my thoughts. Like an initial trade idea would be, I just have the stop down at 72, maybe even 72 flat, and then just on Monday night, maybe even Tuesday probably, because I think Monday night might be a bit sluggish just with no no US session in place. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. And no FX trades were taken, but I might have closed out the trade on the 31st. I did. So I closed the trade on Monday. My Aussie long. I think I did, yeah. Pretty sure it signs are topping out there. Or the first, the Tuesday I did. Alright, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.